Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Being such a beautiful day today, I thought I'd just go out for a little ride just to catch up with current events and see what everyone's opinion is about the world. Nothing in particular, nothing special, just out and about. Just going to my hometown of Romeo. Head out towards Benambra, I think. It's about a 20-kilometre ride. Pretty little town, there's not much there, but it's pretty on the way out to it. We'll see how we go. For those of you in the know, Melbourne and the Ringer still got released this week. So all the tourists are up and about. Plenty of bikes up in the Alpine region today, I noticed. So everyone's about. Yesterday it was phenomenal. There was hundreds up here yesterday. A couple of big groups out. All trying to get the first one out. Caravanners, and there's people from all over the place. Our Victoria-New South Wales border opens on the 23rd, so that should be interesting. 1st of December we get to go across the border to South Australia, and after that maybe Queensland will open its borders up to Victoria, who knows. Right at the moment it's about 26 degrees and windy, so I'm hoping you're getting good audio. Most towns in the Alpine region, unlike the city, are about 20 kilometres apart, so there's not a whole lot you can do. You go from one town 20 kilometres, you go to another town it's 20 kilometres, sometimes 30, so it's not like a lot of the other YouTube channels where you you pop in and go have coffee somewhere. Here you really need to go out and drive or ride. That wind is horrific. I'm hoping it won't come across in the audio, but I suppose we'll find out when I back check it. That road those two bikes just comes from Mitta and up through Angler's Rest. That's a great ride too, lots of twists and turns. Better on a sports bike than a cruiser, but a cruiser even then it's still not bad. As you can see by the trees blowing around and the wind, it is very gusty. So what's happening in the world, people? I still don't know if Biden's going to have a smooth transition into the US presidency, or Trump's going to fight it all the way. I'm not a big Trump fan myself. The Republican Party doesn't particularly bother me, but definitely not a Trump fan. I didn't like him before he was president. Biden's a dotty old fool, but I think it's good that he's got Harris, first black vice president, and I think she's got Asian in there somewhere too, so black Asian, which I think is really good, and a woman, so that's excellent. Not wishing anything ill on Biden, but if he does a year, possibly gets a little bit sick, not enough to kill him, but a little bit sick, just enough to hand it over to Harris, that would be great. The this was Biden's third attempt at becoming president, so I suppose he paid his dues. A bit like Keating many years ago, trying to come up and become Prime Minister. Promised by everybody and it never actually happened. So out Benambra way is mainly sheep. They do have cattle out here as well, but the majority of it is sheep. Mainly wool, I think. They may be doing merino over something else for meat and wool, but I think it's predominantly wool. I'm not sure what this range is called. You kind of climb a little bit and then it pans out and then you go back downhill. But it's very pretty. On the way back you'll see, you know, you've got rolling hills and bits and pieces. Up here, when we get a little bit closer to Benambra, it opens up and it's quite pretty looking over. Again, I'm trying both the cameras. Notice something's come up on my phone. Something about wanting access to my phone, which I can't see. Keep current selection. So, something's recording or only just starting to record, so I don't know now what we've got. My forward mount camera says it's ticking away and recording, so that may be working. So maybe my helmet one's not. I don't know if you just saw the area I've just pulled up on. Just a like slight little turn out just off the bitumen. And that's exactly what I did when my bike fell on me and broke my leg in 6 places. That was exactly the same sort of situation. So I really don't know what happened that day. Just into a little bit of washing. It was just enough to take my front wheel out. I'm wearing a dry rider jacket at the moment. I've taken the inside liner out and I thought this would be cooler than my leather jacket. But I don't think it really is. I'll have to make a mental note of that one for future rides. 26-degree days, this is not the coolest jacket. I just happen to be taking the liner out of it. And I thought, oh, bugger it, I might as well just wear this one. And I'll put the leather one back down. So not too many more corners, and we're starting to go down the hill again now. So it's just like a small range. It comes up and over the hill, and then it opens up into the farmland down here. As I said, Benambra's mainly farms. There's not too much else out here. And I think 2 or 3 families basically rule the area, as in small towns usually are. But it's a nice little ride just to get out. As I said, I had to get a bit of wind in my hair. My work has actually returned this week for the first time in a long time. I've got about 5 weeks work and then we go on school holidays again. But I did a calculation the other day and I think since April last year when I had my accident, until the current date, which is about 80 weeks in total, I've worked 42 of them. So I've had nearly a year off. And if you look at my waistline and my bank balance, you certainly can see that. Admittedly, I have had a few indulgences. I bought my little camper trailer, and I bought myself a second-hand DOZ 400. So, a little bit of indulgence, but a lot of it's just been staying at home with this COVID. You haven't been able to go out or travel or do anything. I wouldn't have minded having 40 weeks or the year off if I could travel or I wasn't injured from it. Would be better with an endless supply of money as well. Maybe in another lifetime. No, if I was ever reincarnated, I'd probably come back as a piece of chewing gum. Or is that my life now? Chewed up and spat out. Just a pain on someone's shoe. I don't know. Who knows? So now it opens up into the farmlands. This is Hinnamungi. See if I can get the spelling to show you up there on that sign. So hello. I'm not sure what sort of angle you're getting down there, but as long as it's not just all looking up my nose, but I think the camera's in the way of that too. So a few of these farmers have their own planes, little planes out here. So there's a little, we'll call it an airport, but it's more like a big shed where they store their planes. You'll be able to see that better on the way back. So I think this is my 12th video, and I think 8 weeks now. A couple of weeks I released multi-videos as part, when I did the tow bar and the wiring, and then I also did the white walls brakes installation. That was over 3 parts. If you're new to my channel, I recently changed my name to the Chrome Biker. It was my cycle, keeping it twisted, but unfortunately the algorithm and the words it detects was putting me with bicycles and balloon twisting, so I could learn how to twist a motorbike out of a balloon and how to relace a mountain bike wheel, but it wasn't putting me in the motorbike section. Now I have changed my name. I'm actually in motorcycles, so it's actually putting me in the right spot now. So little hiccup it was, it's been worthwhile. Still haven't got many subscribers, so like and subscribe. Try to watch my videos longer than a minute and 20 seconds, a minute 30 seconds. They say don't watch the analyticals and stuff, don't look at the numbers, but sometimes it's a little bit hard. I'm getting plenty of views, but not too many subscribes. So if you like this sort of content, give us a like and a subscribe and a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. But unfortunately for myself and many Australian YouTubers, it's not that sort of thing. It's not like the American ones where you can be on there 2 days, mention someone's name and then have 10,000 hits on each video. But I do this for a bit of fun, a bit of entertainment. It's a learning process for all of us, so that's why I'm doing a little bit of a ride and not working on the Harley, the Honda or the Suzuki. Just having a ride and a bit of a chat. Someone asked me the other day what my current symbol represents, my current logo. And it was basically a one-line drawing, and for me it's just my interpretation of riding through the Alpine region through all the twisty roads and bits and pieces. So if you look at the picture closely, even though it looks very simple, it's just a one-line drawing. So this is Benambra, elevation 700 feet, so this is 100 feet higher than Omeo, but there's not much of a town. There's a school, a garage, a pub, not a whole lot else here. Post office, which is incorporated in the general store, but what you see is what it is with Benambra. See, I'm almost all the way through it already. So, for the sake of that, I might slow down and do a bit of a U-turn and head back out, because there's nothing more this side of town. While the road's clear, now's probably the time to do it. Quick U-turn and back through Benambra we go. I'll pan a little bit so you can see the whole town. There is a little bit further as you go up to one of these roads and over the hill, but it's not a whole lot. It's a little rural town and it services the town. That's what it was built for, and that's what it does. Church, and there's the school, and back out on that straight road. So as I mentioned before, Benambra is at 700 metres, Omeo is at 600 metres, Dinner Plain where I work is around the 1500 metre mark, and Mount Hotham up that way is just around 1700 marks. So I don't know in Benambra if they actually get snow when the snow comes down. I know Omeo we do, we get it at 600 metres. So they may get it out here, but being so open I'm not quite sure. So this is the airport I mentioned. Well, not the airport, but this is where they store the planes and stuff. As you can see, there's one sitting there. Apart from this wind, it would probably be a great day for flying, but I think this wind would take the joy out of it. Many moons ago, I used to fly gliders or sailplanes. And I know a wind like this would have just about destroyed me. As you can see from the sky behind me, it's nice and clear and blue. But in front of me it's grey and cloudy, and the clouds start to form. There's a cool change coming in. It's always the way on these days. It's supposed to be a funny summer, but with all this wind and the dry grass, well, the grass has been cut for hay and bits and pieces, and now this wind's come up. I hope it doesn't dry the bushfires. No, actually it wasn't last year, it was earlier this year. My goodness, I can't even remember when I am. It's November now. So the bushfires in December and January. And I'm hoping we don't have to live through that again. For 42 days we were blanketed in smoke, and it was horrendous. I'm not sure to what degree, but I know the smoke definitely affected me. I can hear myself breathing now, and I've never been able to do that before. So it almost sounds like a light wheeze, and that's been from 42 days in the smoke. So that's the range we come over. You get a better view from this side. So it's not huge, but it's big enough. There's a little race course out here at Benambra, a little racetrack, and the horses. And they have a big meeting once a year that's like a big party, and it's a good time to be had by all. Quite a few lemonades are shared on that night, I can tell you. So I don't know if you can see it in the distance of the racetrack. I'll see if I can zoom in for you and do it. Like many parts of Victoria, and not just Victoria, the country this year, we've missed out on all our big events. You know, the Melbourne Cup was virtual. Melbourne Cup, only, you know, people associated with the horses were there. And then the grand final went to Queensland. Even things like the Relay for Life this year, which is normally held in October, they're doing it in I think early December or late November, and that's a virtual one, and you virtually do it from home as well. So I just hope it all gets better for us. 2020, who would have thought it? Obviously, if you look at the writings of some of these conspiracy theorists, they obviously knew. They knew from a long time ago, but the general populace that has a different outlook on life, or doesn't have that hindsight, I must say I'm proud of Victoria. It was a bit of a shit fight there for a while, but I think we're on day 16. No new cases, no deaths. I think there's 3 minor cases still active, and that's it. So our lockdown worked. It was hard for many people. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of businesses suffered or struggled or still are, and it's going to be a long time before it all bounces back. But everyone did their part, and it has appeared to have paid off, so that's good. I mentioned my jacket before being a dry rider. I actually have it for my dirt bike, but it's got all the body armour and stuff in it. And with my COVID kilos that I've gained, my leather jacket's getting a little bit tight. I can still wear the jacket, but the denim scunge I wear over the top is getting very tight. People ask me why I wear that scunge over the top of it. And it's one that reflects the sun off the black leather. It keeps it good, and it's a Brando style jacket, so it's reasonably short, and the denim jacket over the top, like the denim vest over the top, covers my lower back just with air. The leather covers it, but more so when it's cold, it keeps the chill off. But now I've got this one, I probably won't need to ride that with that one in the winter. I actually do ride all year. Maybe not as much as I'd like to, but with the Department of Education I get quite a few holidays, so I get to make the most of the time I have off. And now I've got my little camper trailer, my tour-like camper trailer. I'm hoping to have lots of adventures this summer. Big shout out to the parents of any Year 12 students going through their exam week. My daughter is finishing Year 12 off this year, and it's been such a stressful time for her. A little bit for me, but definitely for her. So big shout out to you too, Casey. She's put on a brave face all the way through it and struggled. I was out this morning helping a friend in the cafe for a while, and she's come home and she's done 6 pages of revision maths for her one of her exams she's got to do. So I know it was hard for me trying to get full support through, you know, when I was doing my time, and it's been horrendous for not just Victorian school kids but other states as well that also went through the same thing. Probably not as bad as Victoria, but it certainly hasn't been good for any of them. Not that I appear to be getting too many female subscribers at the moment, but a YouTuber I'd like to introduce you to, if you haven't already, is Her Two Wheels. Her name is Jess. She's in America, in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, and she does female motorcycle content. She rides a Dyna, 2009 Dyna, so same sort of year as my bike. She's doing really, really well. She's been doing it about a year now, and she does motorcycle related content and camping as well. She just throws stuff on her bike and goes camping. So any female riders that want to get a bit of inspiration or motivation to possibly get your license or whatever, her videos are easy to watch. I've never met her personally, obviously, but she appears to be a really nice and genuine person. Actually, her videos are a lot like this. She just rides and talks and goes camping and things, so. But I wish her the best in the future. I'm just having some issues with my back brakes. I don't seem to be pulling up the bike very well. That's not good. Not that I don't seem to be pulling up the bike at all. I don't seem to be having any pedal travel. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So I might leave this video here. If you like this sort of content, give us a like and a subscribe and a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the near future. So bye for now, and I will gently get my bike home. So bye for now. So I'm assuming the camera's still working. I'm just pulling into Omeo now, and I don't know why, but now I've got pedal again. So I don't know if something's got in there and blocked it. It wouldn't allow me to depress the brake pedal at all. So for about 5 or 6k I only had the front brake. So I'm not quite sure what happened then. But anyway, as I said, take care and stay safe. And again, bye for now.